Well, kids, here we are. Traveling. Most of us like getting out of the house once in a while, and if you don't, then you're someone I do not want to be around. Whether it's some nice, fancy luxury hotel or somewhere smack dab in the middle of the hood, chances are we all have our different price ranges when going out. Or you like being in the hood. You do you. Now, what if we combine the two? Great Wolf Lodge. Never heard of it? You're lucky. Great Wolf Lodge is a weird mix between a hotel and a Chuck E. Cheese. On one hand, you got all these cool activities like a water park and some parkour things and tons of merchandise to make your wallet want to kill itself. On the other hand, you get these shitty hotel rooms with suspicious stains in the beds. Now, if I just stopped there, someone out there is just going to be like, oh, cool, this place sounds fun. I got plenty of money that I don't know what to do with. I can sleep in stained beds. What's the big deal? Well, sit down, shut up, and I'll tell you the absolute hell this place is. Now, this all began when a buddy of mine invited me and a couple of my friends over to this place for his birthday. Why here? I have no idea. There's a lot better ways to celebrate. We arrive and pack all our stuff in this little cart dealie and roll into the front entrance. Now, the front entrance, it's pretty good. It's got a nice little cozy fireplace. It's got some interior rooms, perfect for those who have other plans. And to the right, you got your booth where you can rent a room. And for some reason, the whole time we were here, the line was always out the door. And then there's this. Yeah, if being crammed in line wasn't bad enough, now you have to listen to all this while you're waiting. After passing Freddy Freaky Fazbear over there, we headed up to our rooms to get changed to head to our first area of the park. The public bathroom, also known as the water park. Now, in full honesty, I gotta give Great Wolf Lodge some credit. Because this is probably one of the best indoor water parks I've ever been to before. I mean, look at this shit. You know how many gallons of piss are in here? It's too much. Now, there's two sides to the water park. One of them, you have your basic necessities, like a kiddie pool, lazy river, a drowning machine. And on the other side, you have Six Flags. So we obviously went to that side first. And one of the slides that they got is something called the Heil Tornado. It's basically this giant bowl that rocks you back and forth. Pretty simple premise and pretty simple execution. However, what they forget to tell you is that you experience so much G-force on the first drop down. I went with two of my friends because we ain't pussies. But walking up to the ride, I noticed some impurities in their architecture. What I'm trying to say is the place is run down. Like, it's really run down. Like, there's, like, gunk growing on the pipes. There's, like, rust on everything. But we managed to get up, thankfully. They had to weigh us for some reason. Probably because if everyone here was my weight, we'd probably flip over and die on impact. But after all that, we hopped in the tube and we set off. Now, the way this slide is designed is that at the beginning part, there's like this false sense of security. Like, it's going nice and slow, and some unsuspecting soul is just going to be like, okay, this is not that bad. But when you hit that drop and start shimmying back and forth, Jesus Christ, you're gonna feel the amount of G's that makes training pilots pass out. But god damn, it's fun. It's very disorienting when you're spinning around and moving left and right, but it's really fun. I highly recommend it if you're going. After the first go, we decided to bring along another one of our friends. Now, he's quite a character, so when we got back up to ride again, I could tell in his face that he was a bit nervous. But there was a big old smile on mine. We get back on, we head down, we hit that drop, and the look on his face was priceless. There was a mix between fear, regret, anger, sadness, all combined into one, and it was amazing. After traumatizing my friend for possibly life, we head around the water park for a bit to check out some of the other slides. But after a while, slide after slide after slide, I was feeling like absolute shit. So we head upstairs to get dressed to go to our next area of the park. The Child Casino. Yep, unfortunately when there's a good, there's usually a bad. Now don't get me wrong, there's a couple things in the arcade that I actually enjoyed. Like, there's this one VR ride, which feels like you're actually moving, and there's, like, air blasting in your face. The only problem is, they should have a sign that says long hair warning, because when I tried to take that thing off, the Velcro on the headset got stuck to my hair, and all my friends had to just try and untangle it and pry it off, so that's a minus point to the arcade so far. The rest of the games, though, were pretty alright. I was absolutely killing it at the piano game. I was going all Mozart and shit. I tried a couple gambling games, and that didn't work. And a couple other games that I barely remember. But I do have one tiny issue with Great Wolf Lodge. This place is a scam. Now, what do I mean by it's a scam? Well, let me show you the process I had to go through to play some of these games. For starters, you can't use cash on anything. You have to use your card. No, not your debit card, stupid. You have to go to this card ATM machine, insert cash, and get a card back. Then you can use that card to get a game card so you can use it around the arcade. That sounds completely backwards, and it is, but the thing that really ticked me off is that you can't put more money onto the debit card. Once you insert your cash and get that card, you are married to it until you run out of money. So throughout the rest of the night, I had to constantly go back and forth just to get these cards. I'm basically stockpiling them at this point, wasting money in the process because the game ATM has only a selective amount of options. It just doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, I got extremely mad at this point, so I just spent my remaining cash on a candy bar and just headed up to the room extremely pissed off. After a little bit of contemplating my life choices of coming here, a couple of my friends burst open the door to talk to us about something. You see, they met these chicks at the front entrance, and they were determined to get their numbers. So they asked all of us if we can head down there and give them their number for them. The rest of my friends were kind of weirded out by this. I was just completely out of it. I was still pissed off. So when that ended up not working, he decided to grind at the arcade to collect these little rubber duckies and start handing them out to them. Now, I don't know what type of flirting you call this, but sadly, he didn't end up getting their number. But, you know, at least he tried. What did we do? The rest of my friends stuck back and done nothing, while I was stuck here foaming at the mouth. At this point, it was around 10 o'clock, so we all decided to head to bed. And lucky for me, I got to sleep on the most uncomfortable couch bed of all time. This thing was springy, it was rickety, and by morning, I felt like absolute shit yet again. But when morning hit, I was like, thank God, get me out of this place. In conclusion, if you're going to this place with your family, don't get me wrong, there's some fun aspects about it, but for me, personally, the cons outweigh the pros. So, do what you want. I can't stop you. If you want to spend a boatload of money on your children or yourself, go for it. I don't care. But my only warning is don't stay after midnight at the main lobby. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the animation. This is my first time dabbling in the more long-form animation content. And as you can see, it took, oh my god, it took forever. I started this back in like late May, early June, and it took till what? October. So yeah, it took quite a while. I can name a couple of reasons why it probably took so long. The first one's obvious. I tried to implement my short style on the long form, and that didn't really work out so well. And another thing is that, I encountered so many problems along the way. I encountered so much. Not even just from Adobe. Adobe is its own separate monster, but even my editing software that I use was just not working out for me. I have no idea why. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, and I got a feeling that this is a real good start. So, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.